Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're finally back from Superfest. Absolutely insane time. We're doing a ton of videos, streams, and whatever to talk about it. But today's video, we've got the Hypercharges. They technically dropped with the update, only available for undead boxes. I weren't able to get any. You're gonna have to excuse me. I was playing a bit of a kitten heist. Anyways, we'll be buying some of the new Hypercharges, of course, as we always do. Also, yeah, we need to get AshBS out of the shop. We got hacked in IRL hacked. Let's get code SPEN back in there. So we'll be buying all of these, testing them out for the first time, and of course we'll be testing them out on the second channel more on stream as well. So Otis's Hypercharge, I think, could be pretty underrated. I never realized that it actually extends the time the player is muted for, so that's actually really good. The Ruff's Hypercharge is insanely underrated. There's going to be some really good synergies with this, especially in pro play. I don't know why people are sleeping on it. Penny's Hypercharge seems very, very good as well. 2 shots with the cannon. Absolutely insane, especially in some control game modes like Hot Zone. I've already got the Daryl Hypercharge through the event.Brawl Stars. 8-bits Hypercharge, probably the most underwhelming. The additional stat boosts are of course pretty decent, but the Hypercharge itself, not really too cool. And then Stu is going to be the interesting one, so I want to play test this, see whether I'm able to cycle through Hypercharges a lot, and see whether it's actually going to be useful or not. So that's going to be all of the Hypercharges bought, and of course, let's just go and buy this, because why not? We're a collector. So let's just dive into it and test them all out. Alright guys, jumping into the first game then. So we're going to be testing out this 8-bit Hypercharge. There's a lot of question marks over this one, because with 8-bit, straight away, you know, normally with your Hypercharge, you want to put it far back at, well, with your turret, you want to put it far back right behind walls, and the turret's not really going to lock into anyone behind those walls. So yeah, Fang is a bot, so that's going to be unfortunate, but at least in Brawl, I'm able to cycle through to my super quite quickly. A big question mark as well for me is that his Hypercharge seems to charge pretty slowly. So for example, on like Gem Grab, Heist, where it's maybe hard to cycle through to his supers, you might only get like 1 Hypercharge a game, which, you know, in comparison to others, it's not ideal. So you're going to see a lot of Crab, by the way. Like, Crab was played a lot in World Finals, so he's good in draft now. He's really good on ladder. I can definitely see Crab getting a nerf again. You guys told me you guys were early on the Crab bandwagon. I will agree. So I'm actually just going to pop Hypercharge here and just see whether it even gets any value behind a wall. So maybe it can help me out here. Maybe. 8-bit turret, I think it got the kill there. I'm not quite sure. Right, let's put the wall. Let's put the turret behind this wall. I'm actually just gonna pass into Crab here, see if I can. Alright, level 3 Clancy is just so annoying. And the thing is, like, everyone just goes aggro on ladder, right? Everyone just goes assassins, and that's why the Crab is so good. But that's also why he's good on in World Finals, because everyone just wants to go aggro, like Daryl, Frank, all of these Kenji, all of these really aggressive brawlers, and you know. Level 3 Clancy just destroys every single one of them. So let's just spam stuff here. I don't think we're really going to do too much here, and we're probably going to lose, but I just wanted to showcase it quickly. I don't think this 8-bit one is going to have too much of an impact in the meta. This is a horrible 8-bit map, but I'm just really unsure. I don't think it'll be that great. So yeah, I'm not going to really ponder over that one too much. I'll probably give that one a miss. Let's hop into another. Alright guys, jumping into the next game, testing out the Daryl Hypercharge. I've had a few games with it, and let's just be honest, we knew anyway that this Hypercharge wasn't going to be that great, right? Because all it does is it enables you to cycle through to your next super a little bit faster. Like, the Hypercharge itself is just, I don't really know, like, really uninspiring. I guess the reason why they did it is because Daryl could have been really dangerous if his Hypercharge was good, because it automatically charges, just like Edgar. You don't want to make it too powerful, so that's probably why they've done this. But again, they could have just nerfed the Hypercharge rate, but instead, okay, I don't even know what's happening here. Let's see if we can get another super in time. My teammates are just absolute bots, but I mean, Bull was able to get a double kill. Hopefully, I don't know, everyone is literally dead. Okay, please. Ah, we're good, we're good, we're good. But yeah, there's a couple of reasons why I still think it won't be like absolutely F tier. I think it'll be like D tier, because you've got like Knockout, for example, where Daryl is really, really good in, and you think that automatically charges. You play defensive with Daryl in that game mode anyway, and you get a 25% shield boost on top of the shield boost with the star power. I think there's still a few things to like about it, but I think the biggest thing is the fact that it can cycle so quickly. I'll show you guys in a second. Once you like roll, you can basically get 4 supers in the space of 5 seconds. So this is what I'm going to do right here. Let's just go straight for the call. Should get another super in a second. There we go. And like, look at that. That's the insane thing about it. So I feel like you just have to get a lot of value out of your second hypercharge roll, so then that charges through to your next super, and then you can just see right here, just absolutely destroying everything. I mean, it's not unusable, but I just personally wouldn't actually buy this unless maybe in a few days time I'm able to find some good tech. I'll keep testing it out. For now, I won't really say it's worthwhile, but let's hop into the next one. Guys, jumping into the third hypercharge we're going to be testing out. It is Penny's hypercharge. So with this hypercharge super, you'll shoot 2 cannonballs instead of 1, which just sounds absolutely crazy. Imagine it's on hot zone. Imagine it's on gem grab. I could just see this being a really toxic hypercharge. I think it can cycle through pretty quickly as well. The big problem with Penny has always been her first turret, and then after that you can just cycle easily. And now with her range buff and her turret buff in HP, I think that's just going to make her a more exciting brawler for sure. For sure. Maybe she can start getting up to the S tier. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm already close to my second super here. And once I get that, I can place that more aggro. That's kind of how you want to play Penny, by the way. First turret, you kind of want to put it defensively. Second turret, you probably want to put in a more aggro position. Nice, we're able to save that. And then, yeah, you can just cycle from there. So I'm already 1 shot away from a hypercharged turret here. And then we should just start to be able to go ham on the opponent. So let's just pop hypercharged turret here and just try and defend this with our lives. So yeah, they're gonna destroy that quite quickly because I put it so aggro, but I think it just gets a lot of value. So Mortis should be able to score here. Again, normally you would have put that turret, I don't know, I'm thinking like dueling beetles. You'd be able to put it in such a safe spot that pretty much the whole game is untouchable, right? The opponents just can't get it unless they've got a thrower, which for the most part you don't really play Penny into throws because they're your biggest weakness. I don't even know how they managed to score there. So yeah, if you want to know what the biggest counter star to Penny, it's definitely going to be throwers, so they can destroy that turret safely. But you know, if you want to play Penny in ranked, just ban like Barley and Larry, and you should be good to go. Mortis is just going crazy here, and that should be the goal. So testing that out for the first time, I think it's definitely going to be very good for the meta. I think this is probably the one worthwhile the most out of every single one. I think it's definitely going to push her right to the top. So that's going to be number 3. Let's jump into the next one. Right, guys, jumping into the next hypercharge we're going to be testing out. It is with Stu. So this one is probably the one I want to test the most because you've got to think, I think it takes like 25, is it 25 hits? It's something crazy. I should have looked at my notes before this, but it's a lot. It is a lot. But the thing is, that might not be as hard if you're playing literally Brawl, where you face so many tanks and whatever else. But I think on ranked, a lot of times you get a much harder matchup than that. So of course we get trick shot on. But me personally, yeah, how am I supposed to save that? I think that's BB's fault. So let's just go onto the dynamite here. We're already getting close to the hypercharge, so just goes to show. I mean, against Mortis and BB, of course I'm going to get a hypercharge pretty quickly. So I don't know whether this is going to be actually a fair reflection on the hypercharge rate itself, but Mortis should just be able to feed us easily here, and we've already got the hypercharge. So let's see if we can glide. Let's see if we have ping diff right here. So I'm gonna pop hypercharge here and just absolutely spam like crazy. Go for a few shots here, just keep spamming, see if I can get the pressure going. I mean, that seemed pretty clean to me. That seemed pretty clean. We got a lot of work, we got a lot of pressure, and we were able to score pretty easily. So to me, let's see what damage we did. So I'd say roughly around, well, below 30k damage, you can get a hypercharge. So I think with Stu, you could probably cycle through at least a couple of the game. And if you're playing like, well, you can just come into play so easily. Like you think of a hot zone on the zone, you can dash around really easily. Brawl will make plays. I think it's going to be a good hypercharge. I don't think it's going to be bad as people say. So that's Stu's. Let's jump into another. Alright guys, jumping into the next hypercharge we're going to be testing out. It is Ruff's hypercharge. So with Ruff's hypercharge super, he will automatically charge somebody's hypercharge, which is absolutely busted. It is so good. I can't believe some people are underrating this. This is definitely going to be one of the best hypercharges in the game. I'm excited to try this one out. Again, I think the pros are going to have the most fun with this though, because there's going to be a lot of good strategies straight away. I can think, for example, I can think of like Max with his hypercharge super stacking with a Ruff's treat and all of that. You got to think as well. Wait, he's definitely activated gadget. Yeah. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. You think of like Crow, for example. If he jumps in with his hypercharge super in Heist, he can then just get his hypercharge straight away back. Any brawler that has a really slow hypercharge rate, typically their hypercharges are better. So, you know, pairing this with like a Fang or just any brawlers like that, there's just so many potential synergies that just make this a really threatening hypercharge. So we're just going to throw this super aggressively. If Mortis picks it up, then so be it. But I kind of want this after my hypercharge rate has expired. So you can see here I've got a free hypercharge, which is just crazy. That's what you want to do with Ruffs essentially. So throw your treat, try and just hit an opponent, and then after your own hypercharge has expired, you can then just pick up the treat again and just get a free hypercharge. So that's the way you want to cycle things. I think Mortis should be able to score it. Okay, no he isn't, but that's okay. So I'm gonna just throw this onto them, see if I can do a lot of damage. I do miss, unfortunately. And the damage that you do with the Hypercharge Ruff Super is that of a Demolition Star Power, basically. No, just a Dynamite Super, which is insane. So you just get a mini Dynamite Super, which is really, really good. I'm hoping my teammates have got this bow, surely, right? Surely you've... I know, Surge, I mean. Surely you've got a lone Surge. I don't have to babysit you all the time, but you can see I've already cycled through to 2 Hypercharge Supers with Ruffs already, and I'm hoping, I think that one is still in the left top corner, so I might just not throw my treat just yet and just make sure my teammates have picked that up. If not, I will be picking that up, or Mortis will. Okay, I will be picking that up, please. Come on, give me it, give me it. There we go, another Hypercharge Super. Didn't really work out too well there, but you get what I mean. Again, I just think the strategies are going to be endless. Just think of heists where hypercharges are exceptionally good. They're, you know, like collect hypercharge, for example. There's just room for so many synergies and everything else. So, yeah, that's going to be Ruff's hypercharge. I think it's not going to make him anything like broken. I think it's going to be more of a synergy brawler where you're going to have all of these great strategies. So that's going to be Ruff's. Let's hop into the final one. Alright guys, jumping into the final hypercharge we're going to be testing out. It is Otis's hypercharge. So again, another brawler just like Ruff's. Really, really, I won't really say underappreciated, but yeah, I'll kind of say that. They've always been like one of the least played brawlers in the game, and they've definitely been deserving of a hypercharge for a long time. So Otis's hypercharge actually stuns the brawler for 1.5 seconds, and then after the mute is applied. So essentially you're boosting the range, boosting the time of the mute by 1.5 seconds, which that in itself is actually pretty underrated. Otis as a brawler is underrated. He's not like horrible. I'd say that he's probably around the C tier. We've seen in World Finals he had a decent play rate. For example, Humble really liked him. So I think for that reason in draft he is exceptionally underrated. And it's just about whether his hypercharge is going to be easy to cycle, right? We'll have to see that. So against tanks, I think it's going to be really good because you can literally just stop them in their tracks. So we're going to use it against the BB here. But I don't think BB's the best brawler to mute because you can still get an attack out. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, so it's all about cycling the super. I don't think the stun helped that much, right? I still think with the mute, it was still okay. Like, my biggest issue, I just think it might be overkill because normally when you mute someone anyway, they're pretty much dead. So, yeah, I just don't really know how to feel about that. That was a great primo jump, by the way. We're close to our second hypercharge. See if our teammates can score. Come on, go, 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 go. There we are. Yeah, I just don't know how to feel about it. I just don't see it like breaking Otis. Maybe I'm not seeing something. I definitely underrated it though in the sneak peeks, but I don't know whether I can rate it higher than others. See if we can take Primo down. There we go. So we've got a hypercharge super to use. I think Daryl's going to go ahead and score anyways. Yes, he is. So that's going to be it. Out of the hypercharges that surprised me the most, I would say, I don't know. It's a little bit of a weird one. I fully can't gauge. And none of them are like completely mind-breaking broken. I think the Penny one's going to be the better one. I think Stu kind of surprised me. We'll have to just test it out and stream later today. So that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to buy the Penny one. Probably the Ruffs one as well. But again, I'm going to be doing more videos in this week just to help you guys out. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys next time.